How you doing? Mr. DJ's back at number 8 with Santana featuring Daughtry. Chris Daughtry with Photograph at number 8, up from number 10 the previous week. Fantasy playlist of July 3rd, 2011. I love dance music. Don't get me wrong, I love it. There was too little of it being played in the 1990s and 2000s on Top 40 Radio. It's making a comeback on Top 40 Radio, but we desperately need some good rock and roll records. I mean, kick-ass melodic rock and roll records like Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, Def Leppard's Hysteria, Winger, Motley Crue, Girls, 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 It Looks to Kill, Led Zeppelin. We need some more of that good rock and roll coming back. I'm telling you, we need it now. AC/DC released an album earlier this year that had two great cuts on there that I put on my fancy playlist, 2015. We need some rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll changed the world. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. But at number 8, Santana featuring Daughtry with Photograph, the Def Leppard song that came out in 1983 rather, was from Pyromania, produced by Robert Mutt Lang. I don't know if it's Lange or Lang. His last name gives me a friggin' headache because I never can figure out how to pronounce it. It's Lange. I'll just call him Lang. He produced the album, but now, 20 years later, no, I take that back. Almost 30 years later, here comes Santana with Daughtry. It's from the album Guitar Heaven, the greatest classics of all time, or just Guitar Heaven, the 20th album by Santana, studio album by Santana. Santana nails this thing. This Carlos Santana is just brilliant. He's got photographed in it. Sounds just like the original, almost. When I first heard on XM's 20 on 20, I just flipped. I said, oh, yes, give me some more of that. I love it, man. Get my testosterone rolling, man. Yeah, rock and roll. And there's a lot of classics on this album. He put himself on it, Santana. It's Santana teaming with distinguished guest singers and rappers doing classic rock. For example, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden and Audioslave teaming up with Santana doing Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin classic from 1969. Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 collaborating with Santana doing Sunshine of Your Love, the Cream record, and Nas with Back in Black, the AC/DC record, and somewhat on a gentler side, India Ari and Yo-Yo Ma with Santana doing While My Guitar Gently Weeps, George Harrison classic. And now we got Chris Daughtry on Photograph. And he nails it vocally. He's just as passionate as the lead singer of Def Leppard was. I believe his name was Steve Elliott. It was just a great remake. It's a rave up. But I don't think it became a real big hit here in America, unfortunately. Chris Daughtry, my goodness, the guy was on fire at one time. On the 5th season of American Idol, he was favored to get this thing, favored to win. But he was kicked off. He finished 4th. He was kicked out, rather, or kicked off, or voted off. I take that back. Voted off. He finished 4th place. Shocked a lot of people out there. The judges loved him. If Simon Cowell loved you, oh God, you're doing well, believe me. Fellow did not mince words, like some of the college professors I had way back in the day. He got himself a record deal. Promptly. Wasn't long before Chris Daughtry got himself a record deal. Instead of going solo, he decided to front a band. His debut album, the fastest selling rock debut and SoundScan history. Here he is, Chris Daughtry and Santana at number 8 with Photograph.